In the previous episode, you have seen us exploring the Vijayanagar Empire ruins and some marvelous architecture. We are skipping covering each architectural marvel one at a time because other YouTube vloggers have covered these in great details already and we do not want our content to give repetitive information. With that being said, we highly would recommend you that when you visit Hampi, please do cover all possible archaeological sites and the architectural marvels of the Vijayanagar Empire. Not just because they are awe-inspiring, but also because our history tells us about our rich heritage. Not to just keep praising ourselves about our past glory, but to rather help us realize what we were and what we could become. And thus, this, could be taken on a positive and progressive note, and we could focus on what we can do now. Vijayanagar Empire was one of the most glorious kingdoms of the medieval world in terms of wealth, prosperity, size, and it was a force to be reckoned with. Yes, we do have the ability to become what we once were, that is, the glorious and the prosperous civilization, with the right attitude, skills, and advanced thought process. Welcome to our YouTube channel Quest, Wilderness and More. If you like our contents, please like our video and share it with like-minded friends and family members. Subscribing to our channel means a lot to us, though it is completely free to you. Do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you can receive notification as soon as we post a new content on this channel. Remember the Chintamani Mutt we showed you in our previous video? Yeah, there is a temple too, but of course we never take pictures and videos inside of a temple because we believe meeting with the divine should be a physical experience and one should earn it and should not be done over electronic gadgets. Maybe that's why in most temples or at places of religious worship, videography is strictly prohibited, and we support that. Even if it is not explicitly stated so, we do not ever intend to bring on YouTube or social media the inside of a sacred place of worship. Anyways, there is a cave beside, or rather behind the temple, which was not a place of worship but rather an important landmark where it is believed that the Vanar Raj on exile, Sugriv, met Sri Ram and Sri Lakshman along with Sri Hanuman for the first time. Remember, this is from our previous video. If you have not seen our previous video yet, for the sake of continuity, please watch it. Link is in the description. So, here in this very cave, it is believed that important strategic meetings used to take place, between the key members of the Ram Sena or Ram's Vanar Sena. One of the characters was Jambuvan, who was believed to be the sloth bear, and this is the Ramayana connection, thus establishing a link between the national heritage with the natural heritage. In Hampi, sloth bears are sacred, as many believe these bears are descendants of Jambuvan. Near Hampi, there is a place called Kamalapur, which houses the Daroji Sloth Bear Sanctuary, which was established to protect the sloth bears. Our safari into the sanctuary was included in our package with the Hampi Heritage and Wilderness Resort, which is a JLR property. From our property, they first drove us to this place, which seemed to be a forest department's ecotourism center. From there, the safari guide collected the entry permit on behalf of us. For others who are not the guests of JLR, they can directly reach this place, as you can see on the map. So then, they proceed towards the sanctuary core entrance. Please note, if you try Google Map, it shows you the route to the sanctuary main gate, as you can see on the screen, but there is a more exciting shortcut. There is this exciting canal road which may not be recognized by Google Maps, but it is very thrilling road, especially if you are into bird watching. The rugged rocky cliffs and the ravines bordering the canal that connects with the Tungabhadra Dam are prime habitat of one of the largest species of owl. We will show that later in the video. There are other birds too. This video is not in exact chronological order of what we encountered, but we wanted to showcase species one by one. Please have patience and stay tuned till the end of the video to check out the incredible birds we encountered. Alright, the forest department offers us two options. The first option is for general tourists and is available at all times. The second option is a more intense option that may not be available all the times and is not for general tourists but rather for serious wildlife enthusiasts. Both options follow the same route, but here is the key difference. The first option, that is offered to all general tourists, takes you through the route we just showed into the sanctuary and then terminates at the stepping stones of a watchtower. We need to climb up some stairs and then a watchtower on top of a dwarf barren hill. From this vantage point you can observe the bears at a distance. The bears come out in the open to lick on jaggery and salt that is scattered on the rocks by the forest department. Mind you, these are fully wild sloth bears. It is just an organized trick to bring them into the open so that the tourists can see them. I know, all wildlife enthusiasts may be concerned that this may disrupt the natural foraging habits of the wild animals, but be assured the forest department does this in subsistence. The sanctuary is home to more than 100 bears, and this exposure is offered to only 10 to 12 of them. It is done in a calculative manner so that the bear still needs to depend on its natural foraging habits for survival. They do not, after all, get a wholesome meal, they just get some small treats to come out in the open to show themselves. Okay, now let's talk about the second more exciting option, especially if you are a wildlife enthusiast. With the permission from the Forest Department's Eco Center, you will be accompanied by a forest guard to a hide located at a certain area. Though I know the location, I am not going to reveal the location because I respect the hard work Forest Department puts to maintain these places of natural wonders. But what I can tell you is that it's not very far from the watchtower. From here you can watch the bears at a more close distance. The visit to this hide is not always permitted. Come here if you are truly enthusiastic about the wildlife viewing and understand the decorum. Things like not talking loudly, keeping cell phone switched off, not even vibrating noise should come. Speak with each other in some self-developed sign language, wear dull-colored outfits, and most importantly, do not come here if you are impatient or have an impatient person in the group like a kid. Our kid Ishan had been having enough exposure to wildlife viewing since he was much younger. We have educated him enough and he understands it fully. He knows well and enjoys wildlife viewing as much as we do. In fact, sometimes he is extremely helpful in spotting animals and birds and alert us. He fully understands the importance of being quiet and patient when in the jungle. We had the hide experience under full supervision of a forest guard, following religiously the guidelines of the forest department. Okay, for those of you who are not aware, there are 9 species of bear found in the present day world: polar bear, sun bear, Asian black bear, sloth bear, brown bear, giant panda, spectacled bear, grizzly bear. Actually, it's a species, we believe it's a subspecies of the brown bear itself, and the Andean bear. In this context, we are talking about one of them, the sloth bear, which is primarily found in the Indian subcontinent. In Karnataka, they are called khadadi. They are medium sized bears. What makes them unique are their oversized claws, which is smaller to an, which is, maybe the larger bears, but it is oversized, based on their size. And these claws are very similar to an arboreal mammal found in Central and South America, the sloth, hence the name sloth bear. However, the animal sloth is very slow and sluggish, but these bears are not at all like that. In fact, they are very hardworking and dexterous with their clawed forelegs. They are known to dig termite mounds to feast on them. They are also known to raid beehives to feast on honey and honeycombs. The dense hair protects them from stings, perhaps. They are omnivorous creatures, primarily insectivorous and fruitivorous. Don't know if fruitivorous is an exact word found in dictionaries or not, but you get it right. From the hide, apart from the sloth bear viewing in close proximity, we had seen this species of mongoose called the black-tipped mongoose. I saw many species of mongoose, but the black-tipped mongoose only twice before this experience, and at both the times at Bandipur National Park. Hampi is not just about the sloth bear. The naturalist told us that there are over 250 species of birds found here, and some are migratory. Spotted our first lifer, one of the largest owl species in the world, the Indian eagle owl. It is the largest owl species in India. Their ability to camouflage in the rocky backdrop is just amazing. It takes very trained pair of eyes to spot them, and had there not been the trained naturalist with us, we could have easily missed them. We saw an entire family on one occasion, 2 adults and a chick. I think these owls are not sexually dimorphic. Oh, look at the patterns on their feathers and those orange eyes. They can send a chill down the spine of the mightiest, not maybe the mightiest humans or bigger animals, but the mightiest of the prey species, maybe the mightiest rat, perhaps. Yes, but to humans who associate owls with supernatural stuffs, for them surely these eyes can be a little spooky. There was this another lifer for us. This was the painted sandgrouse, which we particularly found astonishing, especially because of its ability to camouflage, despite of the fact that, if you look very closely, there are some very decorated colors on its body, almost like precious jewel stones on an ornament. We were just awestruck when we looked very closely at this remarkable member of the sandgrouse family. These birds are found wherever the habitat is rocky and there are scrublands. I think apart from Hampi, they can be found in Rajasthan as well, or wherever there are similar habitats to offer. Another lifer for us was the painted spur fowl. They are fairly common throughout the Deccan Plateau, I guess. But for us, this was the first time. Being sexually dimorphic, males have a much brighter plumage than females. They are slightly smaller than our domestic chicken, but I felt the plumage of the male is very illustrious. I mean, look at those bright spots. Sometimes those spots become more bright for some reason. We were intrigued. We saw some other birds as well, like gray francolines. Of course, there were peafowls everywhere. and there were many other birds we saw during this exploration. So with this, our trip to Hampi ended, and while returning, fortunately, unlike the route we took while coming to Hampi, the route we took while returning back to Bangalore was in a very good condition. So there is this there is this NH 67 we briefly took in opposite direction from where we arrived, and we eventually intercepted a highway called the NH50. It was in fabulous condition, passing through tunnels, and it was little scenic actually. It's quite scenic actually. And NH50 actually then intercepted intercepted into the NH47 at Chitradurga. And we all know about NH47. You can just reach Bangalore city and using this directly. This route is, again, let me tell you again, it's in a fantastic condition. So even if you're planning your trip to Hampi, always use this route while going as well as while returning. Please do not use the other route we showed you in our earlier video.